Broadcasting live from the Meridics via OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Centennial Sportsplex. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network. As we're wrapping up Week 5 of the regular season tonight with one of GNASH's biggest rivalries, Brentwood against Centennial-FRA. 10 years ago, around this time, these two teams had just played one of the best Predators Cup finals ever a few months earlier at Bridgestone Arena. And now they're trying to stay out of the basement in GNASH. How times change, huh? Should be a good game. Hopefully it'll be a good game. Sounds like a goaltending battle is on the cards, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk more about this matchup in a moment. But first, we got to do our usual pregame stuff. And that is go over the scores of games so far this week, including one that's wrapped up tonight. We've got ourselves an upset. On Monday, Mount Juliet, Wilson Central, Green Hill, and Independence BA-USN Nashville Christian finished in a 3-3 tie. Hendersonville Beach Lawson beat Station Camp Liberty Creek 5-1. JP2MLK beat Franklin 4-1. And tonight's play is open with Hendersonville Beach Lawson beating Summit Page 4-3. They had a 4-1 lead, and Summit scored 2 goals in just under a minute and a half. Looked like they were going to come back, but they could not. And Hendersonville beat them 4-3. And Hendersonville are now leading atop GNASH by a point over Franklin. The Commandos at 5-1-1, 5 wins, a loss, and a tie. If they beat the Outlaws next Wednesday, which they should, I think they'll be pretty much in the Predators Cup at that point. They won't officially be in, but I think they'll be in by that point, especially because they still have to play Montgomery County, and that's pretty much a free win at this point. Franklin's second at 5-1, JP2MLK at 4-0. Ravenwood, Innsworth, Nolensville, Lipscomb both at 3-0. Summit Page now at 3-1. MBA at 2-0-1, 2 wins, no losses, and a tie. Father Ryan and Brentwood both at 1-2-1, 1 win, 2 losses, 1 tie. The Outlaws and Centennial-FRA are both at 1-2. Rutherford Rampage at 1-3. Mount Juliet, Wilson Central, Green Hill at 0-4-2, 4 losses and 2 ties. Station Camp Liberty Creek 0-2-1, 2 losses and a tie. Independence BA-USN Nashville Christian 0-5-1, 5 losses and a tie. And Montgomery County at the bottom of the table at 0-5. The only other game going on besides Hendersonville Summit and this game, Brentwood Centennial, over on Rink B, we've got Station Camp taking on Innsworth. That game should be underway by this point, or getting close to getting underway. But yeah, what a win. What a win for Hendersonville. 5 wins now. And yeah, I think that they should be, I think if they beat the Outlaws next week, I think it'll be good enough to get them into the Predators Cup. And like I said, they still have a game against Montgomery County down the line, and that's pretty much a free win at this point. All right, let's talk about the two teams playing tonight's game. First up, Brentwood, coached by Chris Orem. They are 1-2-1 coming into tonight. Opened the season with a 5-2 win over Montgomery County on September 16th. Then 2 nights later got blanked 9-0 by Ravenwood on September 18th. A week later, September 25th, finished 6-6 with Hendersonville. Hendersonville really going to be mad about that tie now since they've beaten Summit. And 2 weeks ago tonight, October 2nd, lost 3-0 to Franklin. So let's take a look at their scores, stats coming into tonight. They only have 5 players with at least a point. Jack Schultz has 6 points from 4 goals and 2 assists. Jack Schultz is suspended for tonight's game. The end of the game against Franklin 2 weeks ago, he got in a fight with Wyatt Garisher, and he picked up 5 in a game for fighting. So he is suspended for tonight. Callahan Fielder and Zane Cesaroni each with 4 points from 3 goals and an assist. Will Hubbard with 2 points from a goal and an assist, and Matthew Melamed has a point from a goal. Moving on to goalie play. Andrew Sally has started all 4 games. His record is 1-2-1, same as the team. He's allowed 20 goals and 107 shots. Turned away the other 87. Save percentage in the regular season so far is .813. Goals against average is 1.5 or 5.81. He has no shutouts. Collier Owen, their backup, who's on loan to them from Indy. He's a good pasture student. He came into a game late. Okay, so he played the last 12 minutes of the game against Montgomery County and turned away all 4 shots that he faced. Let's move on to Centennial, coached by Connor McKenzie. Coming into tonight 1-2, opened the season September 16th with a 6-0 loss to Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb. Bounced back 2 nights later with a 3-0 win over Station Camp Liberty Creek on September 18th. But last time out, lost 4-1 to Hendersonville in a game where they were outshot 42-10. So they're going to have to pick up the shots, especially because they still got to play Ravenwood, they still got to play Franklin, they still got to play Ensworth, they still got to play Summit, they still got to play all those guys. Nick Kloss is the leading scorer. He has 3 points from 2 goals and an assist. Everybody else, the four other skaters who have a point, have just 1 point. Owen Brott and Brendan Mitchell each have a point from a goal, and Aiden Gardner and Blake Butcher each have a point from an assist. Let's move down to goalie play. David Busby has started in 2 games, both of which Centennial lost. So he started the game against Ensworth and the game against Hendersonville. So his record is 0-2. He's played 81 minutes. So I guess they pulled him late against Hendersonville. I didn't do that game. He's allowed 10 goals and 74 shots turned away. The other 64, his save percentage in the regular season so far is .865. And his goals against average is 5.56. Drew Stratton played in the game against Station Camp, which Centennial won, so his record 1-0. Played the full 42 minutes. Got a shutout, turned away all 17 shots that he faced. And we'll see who Centennial put in goal tonight as, well, it's 8:40, and I don't know if the officials are out here yet. Here come the officials. So you're still waiting on them. So both teams out on the ice for the pregame warm-up. We got some Centennial players that are wearing different numbered jerseys. And we've also got some Brentwood players that are wearing different numbered jerseys, although I think they should match the jerseys that are on the roster. But the Centennial players not wearing the correct numbers at this moment. And hopefully the game will go live soon so I can look and see who's wearing what for the Cougars. All right, the box score is live. So let's see if who's wearing what jersey for Centennial. See, we got Avery Azaminia wearing number 3. Carson Denning wearing number 4. Avery Azaminia is listed as number 7. Carson Denning is listed as number 4. Sean Advani wearing number 6. He's listed as number 2. Cabell Cunningham wearing number 39. He's listed as number 38. And Caleb Mills listed as number 78. Or he's wearing number 78. He's usually listed as number 98 on the roster. I'm told Centennial's jersey should be in on Friday. Which is good for the players who don't have their own quite yet. So one peril about starting the GNASH season earlier and earlier and earlier every year is that sometimes these teams don't have their jerseys and they don't get them for a while. 2 years ago, two seasons ago, 2021-22, USNBA-FRA didn't get their jerseys until the day before their first playoff game in February. But at least they got them. It was one of the funniest things ever. Got their jerseys the day before their first playoff game. And unfortunately, in that Hine Cup first round game, they got obliterated by Father Ryan 10-0. And they were the 3 seed, and Father Ryan were the 6. So, crappy night to debut new jerseys. Okay, so that game between Station Camp and Ensworth is underway over on Rink B because Gavin Cole is in the box for the Bison near the halfway point of the first. 0-0. Ensworth should win that game. I don't see how they don't. Drew Stratton going to start and goal for Centennial. Collier Owen getting his first start tonight for Brentwood. For this first period, Centennial will carry the puck from my left to right. Brentwood from my right to left. And man, how things have changed in 10 years. There are probably less than 50 people in the stands here at Centennial. If this were an A game, place would be full, place would be rocking. These two teams would be near the top of GNASH. How things change. Nick Kloss brings the puck into the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. Try to put it in front for Aiden Gardner, who couldn't get his stick on it. Puck cleared out by the Bruins. It's out on the far side. Tate Butcher backhands it out of the Centennial zone. Kloss with it. His momentum carried him back into the zone. Now he carries it through center back into the Brentwood end. Trying to go to the front of the net. Backhander. Stopped by Owen. Or did he miss? Yeah, it's stopped by Owen. Okay. He did make a save, and Brentwood are going to end up icing the puck. So Centennial start with a nice chance. And that took the first 40 seconds off the clock. Draw's going to be to Owen's right. One by Brentwood. They try and clear. Held into the left point by Alex Azamini on his slap shot. Quick little slapper turned away by Owen. Now it's Azamini again. One-timer score. Brendan Mitchell from the slot fed the puck up to the blue line, and Azamini hammers it in. And it's 1-0 Centennial just 52 seconds in. 13:08 to go in the first. They're giving the goal to Mitchell. So unless he somehow got a tip, I'm having a hard time believing that. Puck back deep in the Brentwood zone. And the Bruins are going to bring it out. It was brought in by Matthew Melamed, poked off his stick, just went over the blue line and was brought back in offside by Will Hubbard. Hey, Alex, was that you that got the goal? Okay. They gave it to Brent. They gave it to Brendan. Okay, so Alex Izaminia confirms to me he did score the goal. The box score gave it to Brendan Mitchell. Centennial will win the draw, dump it deep into the Brentwood zone. Bruins clear it out. Zane Cicerone at center. Almost gave it away. Now it's brought back into the Centennial zone by Callahan Fielder, and his shot goes across the front of the net and wide to the right of Stratton. And big battle for the puck at the left point. Cleared out. Callahan Fielder, puck poked away. It's back in the back in the Centennial zone on the left wing side. Zane Cicerone turns around, passes to Fielder to the slot. He's having trouble. Nick Kloss all over him, poked the puck away and out. Dumped back in by Brody Bowman, but Brentwood had to get back on side. It's back in the Centennial zone. And Tate Butcher comes out from behind his own net, double teamed, runs into Cicerone, goes down. Puck cleared out by John Caesar. Bowman with it at center on the far side. Pushes it back into the Centennial zone. Immediately cleared out by Tate Butcher. And it's going to be an icing as it drifts past the net to the right of Collier Owen. 11:27 to go in the first, and Centennial have a 1-0 lead on Brentwood. Draw is going to be to the left of Stratton. Draw won by the Cougars. Puck whipped around the boards on the near side. It's going to go for an icing and stay in the zone. So they'll drop it to Stratton's left again. No music between plays tonight, which is good because the game between Ensworth and Centennial that I did 1 month ago today, they were playing Sweet Caroline between the second and third periods, and I wasn't talking. I had the mic on, but I wasn't talking, and that was clearly heard. And YouTube had an automatic copyright thing put on it, and it blocked that video podcast in the U.S. and all its territories, so I had to have that bit edited out to clear the block. But I do not have a copyright strike against me, which is good. Brentwood bringing the puck out of the zone. Johnny Kelso into the Centennial end on the left wing side. Takes a very light hip check from Blake Butcher. That's good enough to shake the puck off of him. Here's Aiden Gardner racing through center. Back into the Brentwood zone on the left wing side. Gardner around the back of the net. Puts it out in front, intercepted by Johnny Kelso. Now Will Hubbard's going to bring it out to center. Hubbard and Nick Kloss get in front of him and take the puck away. Kloss back in the back in his own zone. Fires it up the far side to Gardner at center. He'll dump it into the Brentwood zone just in time because he took a hit from Brody Bowman. And here's Callahan Fielder on the slot of the Centennial zone. His shot blocked by Tate Butcher. Puck cleared to center. And wow, Owen Boyer knocks down a clearing attempt inside the Brentwood blue line. Tried to carry it to the front of the net, but got pushed down on the right wing side. Avery Azaminia keeping the puck alive, but she gives it away to Bowman, who clears. Zane Cicerone up, puck got away from him. Sent up the head, up the far side by Nick Kloss to Owen Boyer, who shot from the left circle. Misses the net to the right of Collier Owen. Puck put out in front and kicks off the shin of Awen Douglas. And out to center. Now there's Nick Kloss from center. Bringing the puck back into the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. And his shot from the right circle misses the net to the right of Owen. Centennial dominating puck possession here in the very early going. Already have the 1-0 lead as Brentwood iced the puck with 9:03 to go in the first. And again, the Cougars are up 1-0. Draw is going to be to the right of Owen. One by Centennial, just held into the blue line by Blake Butcher. He dumps it back down low. Now it's over on the near side. Matthew Melamed pushing it ahead. Caden Wernick tried to clear. He does. It's out at center. Intercepted by Alex Zamini, and he shoots it on goal from the red line, and it'll be turned away by Collier Owen. And Will Hubbard brought the puck back into the Centennial zone, only for Blake Butcher to get in front of him and poke it away. Hubbard again, and it knocked away as he crossed the Centennial blue line, but this time it's picked up. Matthew Melamed's shot from the left circle, gloved and held onto by Blake Butcher. Took almost 6 minutes for Brentwood to get a shot on goal. They still trail 1-0 with 8:20 to go in the first. Ainsworth with a 1-0 lead over Station Camp. In the first there. Draw one by Centennial and sent all the way into the Brentwood zone. Icing waved off. Avery Azaminian nearly intercepting a Will Hubbard pass from near the front of the Brentwood net. And we're going to have our first penalty of the game, a roughing call against Tate Butcher, as I think he knocked over Caden Wernick. So Brentwood will get the first power play of the game, down 1-0 with 8:02 to go in the first. Draw is going to be to the right of Stratton. Let's see how Brentwood handle the power play. Again, they don't have Jack Schultz tonight. He is suspended for tonight's game for picking up a 5 in a game for fighting against Franklin 2 weeks ago tonight, and Centennial will win the draw and immediately fire it down the ice to get it out of the zone. Puck brought back into the Centennial end. Brody Bowman's shot blocked by the skates of Blake Butcher and cleared out by Brendan Mitchell. Now back the other way, Aiden Gardner has it, right wing side of the Brentwood zone. Goes to the front end, a backhander, score! Nifty goal from Gardner. Got to the left-hand side of the net, backhands it into the roof. A short-handed marker for the Cougars, and they're up 2-0 with 7:35 to go in the first. Puck in the Centennial zone, immediately cleared out by Nick Kloss. They're still shorthanded. There's still a minute 20 left in the power play for Brentwood. So Centennial are still shorthanded. And here's a shot from the right wing side of the Centennial zone, turned away by Stratton. That shot coming from, looks like number 8, who's not on my roster. Now the puck taken out of the zone by Brendan Mitchell. Mitchell back into the Brentwood end of the right wing side. His shot missed the net to the left of Owen. Under a minute left of the power play for the Bruins. Callahan fielder back in the Centennial zone. Carrying it over to the left point. Had his back turned. Aiden Gardner poked the puck away. Bruins will get the puck out. Brody Bowman, far side at center. Stabs it forward into the Centennial zone. Picked up by Azaminia. 30 seconds left of the power play. Azaminia holding. And he's going to fire the puck up the far side back into the Brentwood zone. Let Brendan Mitchell get a deflection to let it go deeper. Matthew Melamed brings the puck back into the Centennial zone on the left wing side. Poked off his stick, coming in from behind to pick up his fielder, and then it's poked off his stick. Both of those poke checks were from Azaminia. Fielder with it again. Out at the blue line, gets bumped into by Caleb Mills. Passes down the slot to Melamed. It misses him. I think Nick Kloss put a stick down to deflect that. Penalty time against Centennial's up. They're back at even strength. Here's Caleb Mills. Passing ahead to Nick Kloss, who was well over the Brentwood blue line offside. 5:56 to go in the first, 2-0. Centennial leading. Draw on the dot across from the Brentwood bench in front of the bleachers, won by Centennial. Blake Butcher carries it over the red line, brings it into the Brentwood zone. Bruins smack it away, and this will be icing. Okay, so Johnny Kelso is wearing number 9. Then who's wearing number 29? I don't know. Figure it out. Draw was to the left of Collier Owen, and a shot from Blake Butcher blocked near the front of the net. Puck out at center, but taken back by Butcher and backhanded back into the Brentwood zone. Puck back in the Centennial end. Alex Zemini is going to catch up to it. Icing waved off because it slowed way down on its way past the blue line, or the goal line. And Zemini splits 2 defenders and goes right to center. Backhands it over to Awen Douglas. She takes a bump, and the puck cleared out of the zone by Brody Bowman. Back in the Centennial end. Kloss with Bowman on top of him, giving him little pokes, but he's skating away. Sends it up the far side to Owen Boyer. Tried to pass it over to Aiden Gardner. It went off the shins of Callahan Fielder all the way deep into the Brentwood zone. Puck comes up to the left point, held in by Kloss. Callahan Fielder with it, gives it away to Owen Boyer. Boyer tried to pass in front, was broken up. Puck comes up to the left half wall. Kloss holding it in, trying to backhand it in front. Big battle for the puck on the far wall. Tate Butcher wins it, tried to backhand it down. Bruins finally clear it out. Brendan Mitchell off the bench is going to get to the puck inside the Centennial zone. Mitchell racing through center on the near side, into the Brentwood zone, right wing side. Around the back of the net. Tried to pass in front to Kloss. That was broken up. Puck's going to be held into the left point by John Caesar, and then Mitchell backhands it down towards the goal line. Bruins with it, trying to clear. Caesar keeps it alive. Gives it away to the Bruins again. Nope, sorry. It's on the stick of Mitchell. Mitchell behind the net. Avery Zemini banging her stick. She wants the puck out in front. Puck passed up to the right point, and Tate Butcher, he decides to drop it down deep. Puck carried to center by Callahan Fielder, but John Caesar all over him, forces him to dump it into the Centennial zone. Played by Drew Stratton and cleared out. And here's Brendan Mitchell back into the Brentwood zone. Crossing over to the right wing side. Taking a shot off the glove of Owen. Puck comes around to the near side boards. Tate Butcher with it. Sends it back down low. Puck behind the net. And it'll be carried to center by Will Hubbard. Past head, Callahan Fielder in the Centennial zone. Gets off a shot. Stopped by Stratton. First real good shot on goal of the game for Brentwood. And the Cougars ice the puck. 2:50 left in the first. Centennial still up 2-0. Draws to the right of Stratton. Draw one by Centennial, but then given away to Brentwood. Caden Wernick with a shot that's stopped by Stratton. He has to scoop it up off the ice with his glove. Bit of a scare there because Centennial won that draw, and then suddenly Wernick broke to the slot and got near the front of the net. Draw be to the right of Stratton again. Won by the Cougars. Here's Blake Butcher. Around the back of the net. Passes over to Zemini. Carrying it over to the far side. Still inside his own zone. And waits for the perfect moment to peel away from Caden Wernick and pass it off. Carson Dennings sends it into the Brentwood zone. Here's a shot from Blake Butcher on the right wing side to be turned away by Collier Owen. Shots on goal are 5-4. It should be 6-4 because that one shot from Alex Zemini from right at center ice had to be stopped by Owen. Puck back in the Centennial zone. Cougars clear it out. Puck back in the Centennial end and cleared out by the Cougars once more. Here's Caleb Mills into the Brentwood zone on the left wing side. Going to the front of the net, his shot stopped and held on to by Collier Owen right at the right-hand side of the net. 1:51 to go in the first, still 2-0. Centennial. Draw was to the right of Owen, won by Centennial. Shot from Nick Kloss was blocked, came right over to Tate Butcher, but he fumbled the puck and it went out to center. And now Callahan Fielder gives it away to Aiden Gardner. Gardner chips it back into the Brentwood zone, going to the end boards. Fielder with it again. Gives it away inside his own zone to Nick Kloss, who then ran into Fielder, lost the puck and it went out to center. That's back in the Brentwood zone, and Centennial had control for a moment. And now back the other way come Brentwood. Zane Cesaroni, right wing side of the Centennial zone. Try to pass the slot. Wilson Tucker. Tate Butcher broke up the pass attempt. Now it's behind the net. Butcher sends it around the wall to the near side. Held in Brody Bowman. Wilson Tucker, left wing corner. Try to pass it out in front. Intercepted by Aiden Gardner. He's going to bring it out to center. Final minute of the first now. Now here is Nick Kloss carrying it right to the front of the Brentwood net. Oh, and he ran into the Brentwood net and knocked it loose. He dislodged it right when he got it over to Gardner, who had the left-hand side of the net wide open, but he missed. It's a great chance for Centennial, goes begging, but they're still up 2-0 with 51.7 seconds to go in the first. Draw is going to be on the dot across from the Brentwood bench in front of the bleachers. Brentwood win the draw. Here's Zane Cesaroni. Back into the Centennial zone. Puck knocked away. He gets it back. Goes into the right wing corner. Puts it out in front. Flipped away. Going to be held into the blue line by Brody Bowman. Puck comes down toward the left wing corner. Cesaroni below the goal line to Brody Bowman. 30 seconds left of the period. Cesaroni shooting from the left circle. Hit the skates of Fielder. Bowman turns around from the right circle. Shot turned away by Stratton. Puck out in front. Bowman with it. Oh, comes over to Wilson Tucker with his shot. Hit the post to the left of Stratton. And the net comes dislodged. Great chance for Brentwood. Their best puck possession of the game so far, and Wilson Tucker hits iron from the left circle. 18.7 seconds to go in the first, still 2-0 Centennial. Draw is going to be to the right of Stratton. Draw one by Centennial. Tried to clear the zone, could not. Puck's behind the net. Azaminia picks it up. Alex Azaminia. Ahead to Owen Boyer. Passed over Awen Douglas. She's in the Brentwood zone. Douglas, gets knocked down as Brody Bowman comes across her right when she was trying to go down the slot. Puck cleared by Brentwood, and that is it for the first period. Alex Azaminia. And Aiden Gardner with the goals as the Cougars are up 2-0 on the Bruins at the end of one. Ready to go with the start of the second period. Drew Stratton still in goal for Centennial. Collier Owen still in goal for Brentwood for this second period. Brentwood will carry the puck from my left to right. Centennial from my right to left. Cougars win the draw to start the second. Nick Kloss. Inside his own zone, peels away from Caden Wernick, brings the puck out to center. Kloss into the Brentwood zone on the right wing side, knocked off his stick by Will Hubbard. Good back checking by Hubbard. And the puck is cleared out. Here's Caden Wernick, right wing side of the Centennial zone. Sends the puck towards the front of the net. Stratton knocks it away. I don't think it was a shot on goal. I don't think it was on target. Stratton just smacked it away because it was in his space, and he didn't want it there. Puck turned over. Matthew Melamed tried to go to the front of the net, flicked off his stick on the left wing side. And the Cougars clear the puck out. Caleb Mills at center. Around Melamed into the Brentwood zone. Knocked down a back checker. Now Mills tried to pass it in front to Avery Azaminia. Puck in front, John Caesar. It's loose behind him now, it's poked in. It was behind John. John Caesar got off the shot, and it sat behind Owen for a long time. And Avery Azaminia was there, but I think Caesar may have gotten the last poke, and it's 3-0 Centennial. Just 65 seconds into the second, 12:55 to go in the second period. We'll see what the box score says. I give the goal to Cabell Cunningham. I don't even think it was out there. Puck back in the Brentwood zone. Callahan fielder going to bring it to center. Passes over, try to get it over to Zane Cicerone. It was broken up. It is inside the Centennial zone, however. Goes down to the right wing corner. Fielder catches up to it. Comes out in front. His shot stopped by Stratton. Rebound try turned away by Stratton, too. Now the puck's going to be brought to center by Gardner. Aiden Gardner. Left wing side of the Brentwood zone. A shot knocked away by Owen. It was up high, and he had to put the blocker up. He didn't know where it was going after it went off him. Puck was at center. Nick Kloss brings it back into the left wing side. Kloss takes a shot, and it just missed to the right of Owen. Cunningham trying to flick it to the front of the net, knocked down and brought out to center by Callahan fielder. Sent back into the Brentwood zone, into the Centennial zone, intercepted and cleared out by the Cougars. And now here's a chance. Brody Bowman back in the Centennial zone, left the puck behind him in the left wing, trying to cut to the front of the net. And now here's a chance. Brendan Mitchell carrying it right to the front of the Brentwood net. His shot stopped by Owen at the left-hand side. Mitchell was cutting through the right circle, right to the front, or not right to the front, but his shot was stopped, and now he brings it in again down the right wing side. Another shot blocked by Brody Bowman into the netting above the glass. 10:51 to go in the second, 3-0 Centennial. Draw's going to be to Owen's left. One by Centennial. Shot from Blake Butcher at the right point. Stopped by Owen. He comes down halfway to get the rebound. Oh, and his shot was turned away, and then the puck comes over to the left circle, and Owen Boyer shoots it under Owen through the crease and out. Puck out at center. Caleb Mills with it. Backing up towards his own blue line to get space. Whiffs at a pass attempt. Gets it over to Alex Azaminia inside the zone. Now here goes Azaminia racing through center. Back into the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. His shot blocked by a diving Will Hubbard laying out to break it up. And then Asaminia tried to pass it out in front, but everybody in a white sweater was spread out. It goes all the way back into the Centennial zone. Blake Butcher catches up to it. Now Caleb Mills passing it over to the far side. Will Hubbard gets to it. He'll bring it back into the Centennial end. Trying to find space. It was poked off his stick. Matthew Melamed keeps it alive, sends it towards the front of the net, but too slow. Asaminia picks it off. Now here's Caleb Mills back in the Brentwood zone, right wing side. Goes to the right wing corner. Moving up along the boards, passes up to the blue line. Tate Butcher dumps it into the left wing corner. It's behind the net. Will Hubbard gets to it, takes a hit from Owen Boyer. Here's Nick Kloss on the right wing side. Taking a shot. Gloved and held on to by Owen. 9:21 to go in the second. Still 3-0 Centennial. Draw is to the left of Owen. Brentwood are going to carry the puck out to center. Here's Callahan fielder. Aiden Gardner came in from behind and forced him to cough it up. Now back the other way comes Tate Butcher. Left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Butcher. Backhands in front. Avery Asaminia with a shot. It was blocked. Will Hubbard put the stick right down, right in front of Collier Owen. Avery Asaminia had a free shot, but Will Hubbard made the block. And now here's John Caesar taking a shot from the right wing boards. It misses the net. Asaminia, she was calling for the puck in the slot. Puck out at center. Trickles back into the Centennial zone. Nick Kloss catches up to it. Oh, gave it away behind his own net. Isabella Quigley couldn't come out in front. Now back the other way goes Kloss. Kloss back in the Brentwood zone on the left wing side. Puck is behind the net. Blake Butcher tried to put it in front. Whiffing on it was John Caesar. Goes all the way back to center. Blake Butcher is going to beat Zane Cicerone to it. Nick Kloss passing ahead to Aiden Gardner, waiting at the Brentwood blue line. Gardner back in the Brentwood zone along the right wing boards, trying to move inside. Puck was poked over to Blake Butcher, who's very soft one-timer, just missed the net to the right of Owen. Here's, Wilson Tucker couldn't clear the puck out. Held into the blue line by Brendan Mitchell. Finds some space on the right wing side. His shot missed the net to the left of Owen. Puck cleared out. Rolling on its edge back into the Centennial zone. Picked up by Blake Butcher. Passed up the far side. It's back in the Brentwood zone. Will Hubbard with it. Carries it back to center. Up. We got a whistle. And we're going to have a penalty, it looks like, against Brentwood. It's Callahan fielder going to the box for slashing. So 6:59 to go in the second. Centennial will get their first power play of the game, already up 3-0. Draws to the right of Owen. I'm still not sure who got that third goal for Centennial, by the way. That puck sat behind Owen for a while before it finally went in. Puck comes down low to Tate Butcher. Oh, it hit his skates, and then he whiffed on the shot try. And the net is dislodged. Draws to the right of Owen once again. One by Brentwood. Nick Kloss passing over to the left point. Aiden Gardner moving down the left wing. Passes down the left wing. Tate Butcher, a shot. Went across the front of the net. Puck going to be held into the right point by Kloss. Moves around a defender, takes a shot. Blocked by Cesaroni. Didn't know where the rebound was. So Kloss takes another shot. That's blocked, I think, by Brody Bowman. Puck comes over to the left wing corner, and Tate Butcher, passes up to the blue line. Gardner. Made Cesaroni make a move, and then his shot was blocked by Payne Fielder. Why is Payne Fielder not wearing his sweater from last year? He's wearing a practice sweater with a number 32 taped onto the back. Tate Butcher comes out in front of shot. Stopped and held on to by Owen, but one of the referees has his hand in the air. And Johnny Kelso. Oh, we're going to have coincidentals. No, we're not. Johnny Kelso is going to go to the box for cross-checking. So it's going to be a 5-on-3 for Centennial, 68 seconds. 6:08 left in the second. The Cougars still up 3-0. Draw to the right of Owen again. Won by Centennial. Gardner passing up to the blue line. Alex Zaminia. Back over to Gardner inside the left circle. Shot stopped by Owen off his right leg pad, and the rebound sent out of play. And they say it went out off a Centennial player, so they're going to drop the puck in front of the Centennial bench. 59 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Draw one by the Cougars. Aiden Gardner, left point, passes to the center point, and Alex Azaminia shot, hits some skates, and goes past the net. Will Hubbard with it. He's going to carry it out to center. Passes over to the near side, where it's going to be picked up by Aiden Gardner. Now here is Brendan Mitchell racing back into the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. Goes to the below the goal line, passes out high. Nick Kloss, one-timer, misses the net to the right of Owen. Mitchell, under 30 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Here's Mitchell. Taking a shot, turned away by Owen. Here is Kloss. Passes over, top of the right circle. Shot from Azaminia, stopped by Owen, and he's got it. 8 seconds left in the 5-on-3. 5:07 to go in the second. Still 3-0 Centennial. 59 seconds left now on the Johnny Kelso penalty. Draw one by Centennial. Here's Blake Butcher. Passing over to little brother Tate. Top of the left circle. Tate wanted to shoot. Still holding the puck. 5-on-3 is done now. It's a 5-on-4 for 51 seconds. Blake Butcher's shot went off a stick. Comes on goal, and Owen makes the save, catches it in his glove. .46 seconds left in the 5-on-4. 4:54 to go in the second. Still 3-0 Centennial. Draws to the left of Owen. Brentwood won the draw, tried to clear. Blake Butcher holds it in at the right point, passes down the wall. It's behind the net. Caleb Mills is going to get to it. And passes it off to Cabell Cunningham, who's shot from the bottom of the right circle. Had to be gloved and held onto by Owen. Draws to Owen's left again. Won by Brentwood and cleared out by Callahan Fielder. Under 30 seconds left in the 5-on-4. Stratton slows it down. Hands it off to Alex Azaminia. Now here's Caleb Mills back into the Brentwood zone on the right wing side. Could not get around the last defender and get to the front of the net. Although Centennial do have the puck again. Penalty time against Brentwood is up. They're back at even strength. Puck out on the far side. Passed up to the right point, and Blake Butcher turns around, tried to pass it down the right wing, intercepted and carried out by Will Hubbard. Hubbard then loses the puck, getting to the Centennial blue line. Now Zane Cesaroni brings it back into the Centennial zone on the right wing side. Shot turned away by Stratton. That's just a 5th shot on goal of the game for Centennial. And Centennial flipped the puck through the air back into the Brentwood zone. Caught up to by Will Hubbard. Brings it to center. They still haven't put that shot up there. It was a clear save. This guy shorted both teams some shots. He shorted Centennial at least 5. They should have like 21, not 16. Puck back in the Centennial zone. It's in space on the near side, going to be cleared out by Blake Butcher. Now Tate Butcher, left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Trying to get to the front of the net. Callahan fielder comes in and knocks the puck away. Here's Will Hubbard. Carrying it up the far side, passing it ahead to Zane Cicerone. Cicerone through center. Back into the Centennial zone, left wing side. Leaves it Hubbard. Takes a one-timer. Gloved and held on to by Stratton. And the clock is still running. They blew the whistle, dude. Draw is to the right of Stratton, and the clock stops as soon as play stopped. Now he run it again. 2 minutes left. Still 2 minutes left in the second. Still 3-0 Centennial. Brody Bowman with the puck on the right wing side, trying to back in it to the front of the net. Here's Nick Kloss down the slot, right to the front of the Brentwood net. Oh, and he missed. Owen gave him the bottom corner on the right-hand side of the net, and it slid by. Aiden Gardner with it again, knocked off his stick by Johnny Kelso. And then as it taken away inside the zone by Avery Azaminia. She gets up a shot that misses the net to the left of Owen. Here's Owen Boyer behind the net. Passes out in front, went through the skates of Avery Azaminia in the slot. Puck still on the blue line. It just goes out. Now here's Avery Azaminia back in the Brentwood zone. Double team to the puck knocked away. Last minute of the second. Puck out at center. Now there's Brody Bowman back in the Centennial zone on the right wing side. Forced to go around the back of the net by Nick Kloss. .30 seconds left in the second. Centennial clear the puck out. Oh, and it's a 3-on-0 just about. Nick Kloss to the front of the Brentwood net. Stopped by Owen. Puck behind the net. And the whistle, we get a whistle because the net is slightly dislodged. But what a stop by Collier Owen on Nick Kloss. Cleared it out, cleared the puck out of the Centennial zone and suddenly had a breakaway. 13.1 seconds left in the second. Still 3-0 Centennial. Draw's going to be to the right of Owen. Draw one by Centennial. Left point, Alex Azaminia. Quick slapper, turned away by Owen. Puck put in front and unable to keep it in the zone was Blake Butcher. That's going to be it for the second. Centennial scoring a third goal just 65 seconds into the second. Still not sure who scored it. I'm going to have to go and ask. But Centennial-FRA now leading Brentwood 3-0 at the end of 2. Ready to go with the start in the third and final period. Drew Stratton still in goal for Centennial. Collier Owens still in goal for Brentwood. This third period, Centennial will carry the puck from my left to right, Brentwood from my right to left. Brentwood win the draw. Zane Cesaroni brings it into the Centennial zone. Callahan fielder below the goal line. Passes up to the right point, and I'm still not sure who that is. He's wearing a jersey, a practice jersey with a tape number on the back. Gets off a shot that's gloved and held onto by Stratton. Brentwood should have like 7 shots. Took the first 17 seconds off the clock. Draws to the left of Stratton, and Centennial should have like 20. Centennial should be close to 25. The board shows them at 17. They have way more than that. Callahan fielder passing up to the left point. Will Hubbard. Hubbard. Shot stopped by Stratton. He's got it between his legs. 13:28 to go. Still 3-0 Centennial. I'm being told that third goal for Centennial early on in the second was scored by John Caesar. Draw to the right of Stratton. One by Brentwood. Shot from Hubbard. Turned away by Stratton. Either that or it deflected off something and went wide. Puck out in front and intercepted by Nick Kloss. Zane Cesaroni trying to pass it off to Callahan fielder. Here's Nick Kloss. Carrying the puck to center. Passes it over. Is it Tate or Blake? It's Aiden Gardner inside the Brentwood zone. Gets off a backhander. I think it was saved by Collier Owen. Now there's Blake Butcher out high with a shot that's blocked. Blocked by the stick of Brody Bowman. He's going to carry to center. I'm sorry, it's Callahan fielder. Carries to center into the Centennial zone. Shot blocked by the skate of Aiden Gardner. Now from the slot, Hubbard a shot. Blocked into the netting above the glass by Stratton. Always to the right of Owen. One by Centennial. Cleared out. Brody Bowman couldn't keep it into the blue line. Put the stick out to try and hold it in. He whiffed. Now it's back in the Brentwood zone. A shot from the right wing. Goes across the front of the net. I'm not sure if Owen got a piece of it or not. Did I say draw was to the right of Owen? I meant to the right of Stratton. The puck is now in the Brentwood zone. They try and clear. Held into the left point by Alex Azaminia. Nobody gives it away, and it's cleared again by Isabella Quigley. And Azaminia with it again. He brings it back into the Brentwood zone. Shot from out high, missed the net to the right of Owen. And a shot was blocked, and now here comes Brody Bowman down the Centennial slot to the net. Shot stopped by Stratton, excuse me. Shot from, I think, Blake Butcher out high in the Brentwood zone was blocked by Bowman, who was suddenly able to grab the puck and get a breakaway, but Stratton makes the save with a glove. 11:44 to go, still 3-0 Centennial. Draw to Stratton's left. One by the Cougars, brought to center by Nick Kloss. It's in the Brentwood zone, but cleared out by Bowman. It's going to be an icing. It just trickled over the goal line for it. Draw will be to Owens right. Draw was won by Brentwood. Oh, but Caden Wernick couldn't bring it out of the zone. Kept in by Caleb Mills. He tried to go to the front of the net. Puck got away from him. Now Avery Azaminia scores! The puck came loose out in front. And Owen didn't know it was there. And Avery Azaminia backhands it into the back of the net for her first GNASH goal. So the Azaminia siblings score. Alex scores the first goal of the game. Now Avery scores. It's 4-0 Centennial with 11:14 to go in the game. The puck came out in front, and Avery Azaminia was waiting. Owen didn't know it was there, and she backhanded it in. And now we got a delay. The officials are over at the Brentwood bench. And we have a penalty against Brentwood. Johnny Kelso has been put in the box. So he must have said something after the whistle. It's the only thing I can think of. Here's Zane Cesaroni now in the Centennial zone. Puck knocked away on the back check by Nick Kloss. The Centennial should be on the power play, or it might be a 10-minute misconduct against Kelso. That would not be a power play penalty, as Nick Kloss gets tripped going towards the Brentwood net, and that's going to be a penalty and will be a power play for the Cougars. It's against Will Hubbard. Centennial back in the power play, up 4-0 with 10:43 to go. Draws to Owen's left. One by Brentwood, but, it comes right up to the blue line, and Azaminia with a one-timer that's off the glove of Owen. Puck behind the net. Here's Callahan Fielder. Carrying the puck to center. Back into the Centennial zone on the right wing side. Gets off a shot that's over the net from the slot. Here's Zane Cesaroni now, left circle. Trying to move over to the right wing side. Up along the boards. Now goes back below the goal line. He's in the right wing corner. And he carries it behind the net. He's able to stay. Comes out in front, gets off a backhanded try that's stopped by Stratton. Cesaroni able to keep pace with some of these Centennial skaters. Azaminia. Alex Azaminia passing it up the near boards, and Aiden Gardner couldn't get a stick on it. Goes all the way back down the Brentwood zone. Icing waved off, though. Under a minute left in the power play for the Cougars. Matthew Melamed, left wing side of the Centennial zone. Sends the puck down deep. Out on the far side, Blake Butcher hands it off. Brendan Mitchell. Mitchell through center. Back into the Brentwood zone. Puck knocked off his stick in the back check by Brody Bowman. Now Mitchell with it again. Under 30 seconds left in the power play. Passes out left circle. And Clayton Hodgson, I think, was trying to set up Mitchell for a shot. Puck held in at the right point by Tate Butcher. Now Mitchell puts it out in front. Butcher with it. Carries it over to the left wing side. Passes off to Mitchell along the left half wall. Mitchell's shot gloved and held on to by Owen. 2 seconds left in the power play. 8:46 to go in the game. Still 4-0 Centennial. And there's the puck with a tape on it, so they can write first GNASH goal for Avery Azaminia. And take a picture. Penalty time gets Brentwood up. They're making him straight. Nick Kloss with a one-time, or Nick Kloss with a slap shot, top of the left circle that hit the post to the right of Owen. Owen whiffing on the one-timer. Just outside the left circle was Clayton Hodgson there. Now here's Nick Kloss carrying it in. Shot, stop, rebound, score. Owen made the initial save, but I think it was Kloss who banged in the rebound, and now it's 5-0 Centennial with 8:14 to go. Brentwood are on the verge of being shut out, not just for the second straight game, but for the third time this season, and this is only their fifth game. Yeesh. Johnny Kelso is in the box for a 10-minute misconduct. It is now 2-1 over on Rink B. Ensworth leading. Station Camp's a station camp, making Ensworth work for it. Here's Zane Cicerone over to Callahan Fielder. Fielder in front of shot, missed it. Oh, he got right to the front of the net and flung it so wide to the left of the net. Now Hubbard from out high, a shot stopped by Stratton. Rebound Fielder, stopped by Stratton. Fielder again to the slot. His shot blocked. Gets it back, another shot stopped by Stratton. Rebound will be carried out by Alex Azaminia. Azaminia sends it back into the Brentwood zone. One of the referees is at the Centennial net talking with Andrew Stratton. Did he take a bump in that sequence? Because the referee is still talking to him. Puck's at center. Blake Butcher sends it back into the Brentwood zone, and the referee finally skating away from Andrew Stratton. And here's a shot from Callahan Fielder from the high slot, gloved and held onto by Stratton. 6:41 to go, still 5-0 Centennial. Draw to the left of Stratton. One by Brentwood, but Brody Bowman couldn't keep it in at the right point. Passed ahead to Caden Wernick, and it was back in the Centennial zone for a moment, but the Cougars able to quickly grab it and clear. Here's Blake Butcher trying to go to the front of the net. Or is that Aiden Gardner? I think it might have been Gardner. Yes, it was. His shot stopped and covered up by Owen. 6:15 to go, still 5-0 Centennial. Draws to the right of Owen. One by Centennial and a shot to be turned away. Centennial have like 30 shots. Board only shows 23. Bowman tried to put the puck out in front of the Centennial net for Reed Odell, who couldn't get his stick on it. Puck out at center, and it must have been played with a high stick by Centennial or a hand pass or something, because there are two players standing over it, and it was finally touched up by the Cougars. And they blew the whistle. 5:31 to go, still 5-0 Centennial. Centennial, with a performance like this, Centennial could find themselves sneaking into the Predators Cup. I mean, this could be the type of performance that propels them. They will not beat Ravenwood. I don't think anybody's going to beat Ravenwood this year, to be honest. They've already been blown out by Ensworth, but David Busby played in that game, and no offense to the kid, but wonder how it would have been with Stratton as Stratton makes a glove save on a shot from Brody Bowman, but then he drops it to keep play going. Here's Caden Wernick. Wernick's shot stopped, and then the rebound hopped over the stick of Matthew Melamed. Blake Butcher to center. Lost it in the skates of Will Hubbard. Now here's Alex Azaminia. Backing up back into his own zone, passes it up the near side to Blake Butcher. Backhanded across the far side. Sophia Soar went off her stick and got away from her. Now she shoots it on goal from center. Owen had to make the save, and it kind of leaked behind him and stayed. It didn't go. It stopped in the crease, but man, that was a shaky save from Owen on the Sophia Smith dump in. The Sophia Soar dump in. Not Sophia Smith, the soccer player. Here's Will Hubbard, a shot. Stopped and covered up by Stratton. But then he picks the glove up and allows play to continue. Alex Azaminia with it. Yeah, I called her Sophia Smith. If she loves soccer, I'm sure she'd be flattered that I called her Sophia Smith, not Sophia Soar. Here is Brendan Mitchell. Back of the Brentwood zone, shoots it across the front of the net. Of course, Sophia Smith, one of the key figures in the U.S. women, winning Olympic gold in Paris just a couple months ago as Brentwood icing waved off. Here's Zane Cicerone, pass to the slot. Callahan Fielder, a shot, stopped by Stratton. And he's going to cover up the rebound and make sure to get the whistle this time. 3:58 to go, still 5-0 Centennial. Ensworth hang on and beat Station Camp 2-1. Dang, what a game for Station Camp. Able to hold the defending champs to 2 goals and only lose by 1. Nick Kloss gets hit by Payne Fielder. Here's Will Hubbard behind the net. Goes to the front of the net and his shot stopped by Stratton with a right leg pad. Puck out at center. Tate Butcher. Had it poked away. Here's Caleb Mills. Back inside his own zone. Now left wing side of the Brentwood zone. Drops it back to Nick Kloss, who had it taken away. And here is Zane Cicerone back in the Centennial zone, trying to go to the front of the net and caught up to from behind by Tate Butcher, who holds on to him. And I think Butcher's going to go to the box. Yeah, holding. Cicerone was still able to get off a shot that was stopped and covered up by Stratton. So Tate Butcher will go to the box for holding. 3:07 to go in the game. Brentwood back on the power play, down 5-0. This is not a young Brentwood team. They have 7 seniors and 6 juniors. Draw to the left of Stratton, won by Brentwood, and a shot from Brody Bowman blocked by Owen Boyer, who didn't realize it for a moment. Now here's Aiden Gardner back in the Brentwood zone. But yeah, this is not a young Brentwood team. They have 7 seniors and 6 juniors. Puck put out in front. Their pipeline dried up with no A game, and now they're taking anybody who tries out. And they have a JV team. They co-op in the JV league, the Preds run JV league with BA, Brentwood Academy. And they're probably having to just promote kids before they're ready for varsity, just to keep the numbers up. But this Centennial team, they have 10 seniors, and 8 of them are Centennial kids, and they only have 19 players. You can dress a max of 20 for a GNASH game. They have 1 shy of that in the whole roster. So next year is going to be very interesting. As I think Centennial will call for offside in the Brentwood zone. 58 seconds left in the power play for the Bruins. 2:05 to go in the game. Still 5-0 Centennial. Draw in front of the Brentwood bench, won by the Bruins. Matthew Melamed pokes it into the Centennial zone, caught up to by Brendan Mitchell. And he's going to fire it to the other end of the ice. It's going to be on goal. Collier Owen's going to have to stop that. Put down the leg pad. Good Lord, that would have been an embarrassing goal to give up. Puck trickling through center back into the Centennial zone. Blake Butcher's going to track it down. Pass it up the near side to Mitchell. 30 seconds left in the power play for the Bruins. Here's Mitchell. Back into the Brentwood zone. In front of backhander. Stopped by Owen. Nice save with the right leg pad, and then he backed into the net and dislodged it. 20 seconds left in the power play. 87 seconds left in the game. Still 5-0 Centennial. Draw is going to be to the left of Owen. Won by Centennial. One time from Nick Kloss is blocked. Goes over to the right wing corner. Still in the zone. Brendan Mitchell behind the net. Puts it out in front for Awen Douglas, who couldn't get her stick on it. Alex Azaminia, a shot from out high, misses the net to the left of Owen. Puck held in by Azaminia. His shot off a stick and past the net. Penalty time against Centennial is up. They're back at even strength. Here's Nick Kloss. Kloss carries it out to center. Final minute of the game now. And the puck is back in the Centennial zone. Nick Kloss is going to carry it out. Brings it back into the Brentwood zone. He's in front. Oh, and right when he shot it, it slid past the net to the left of Owen, and he ran into Owen, and the net comes loose. 38.1 seconds left, 5-0 Centennial. Draw is going to be to the left of Owen. Johnny Kelso's 10-minute misconduct should be up by now. He got it with over 11 minutes left in the game, and we're inside the final minute, so it should have expired by now. So he should be back on the bench. Under 30 seconds to go. In fact, 20 seconds left now. Will Hubbard trying to go to the front of the net. Score! Breaks the shutout. Will Hubbard shoots the puck into the roof of the net from right in front. Brentwood get it on the board. It's 5-1 Centennial with 17.1 seconds to go. And they prevent being shut out for a second straight game and a third time this season. It's a one for the road goal. Draw one by Brentwood. Puck at center in the Centennial zone. Callahan fielder trying to get to the front of the net. Puck got away from him. He gets off a shot that misses the net to the right of Stratton. Puck behind the net. Comes out in front of shot stopped. Rebound cleared. That's it. Centennial win 5-1. Just dominated Brentwood. Flat out dominated them. The way this Brentwood team are probably missing Jack Schultz tonight, but I'm not really sure how much of a difference that made. I'm really not. So Centennial are now 2-2 and jump into the top 8. Brentwood are now 1-3-1. 1 win, 3 losses, 1 tie. So the only goal for Brentwood scored by Will Hubbard with just over 17 or 17.1 seconds to go. All 5 Centennial goals were scored by a different player. The first goal came from Alex Azaminia. Aiden Gardner had the game winner. John Caesar had the third. Avery Azaminia had the fourth. And the fifth came from Nick Kloss. Avery Azaminia, she's going to be our player of the game for scoring her first GNASH goal. That was awesome. The puck came right in front. Left-hand side of the net was wide open, and she backhanded it in. Got to score them any way you can get them. So Avery Azaminia is our player of the game. And the night in GNASH is done. So let's go over the final scores. 4-3. A 4-3 win for Hendersonville Beach Lawson over Summit Page. Terrific win for the Commandos, who now go to first place in GNASH. Ensworth Nolensville Lipscomb beat Station Camp Liberty Creek 2-1. And Centennial-FRA beat Brentwood 5-1. So here are the standings. With tonight's games in the books. Hendersonville beats Lawson, now atop the GNASH table at 5-1-1. 5 wins, 1 loss, 1 tie, 1 point over Franklin, who are at 5-1. Ensworth Nolensville Lipscomb joined JP2MLK at 4-0. Ravenwood, now the only team left at 3-0. They'll probably be 4-0 by the end of tomorrow night because they're taking on the Outlaws. Summit Page now at 3-1. MBA 2-0-1, 2 wins and a tie. Centennial-FRA now jump into the top 8. They are now at 2-2. Father Ryan now still at 1-2-1, 1 win, 2 losses, 1 tie. Brentwood now at 1-3-1, 1 win, 3 losses, 1 tie. The Outlaws at 1-2. Rutherford Rampage at 1-3. Mount Juliet, Wilson Central, Green Hill are at 0-4-2, 4 losses and 2 ties. Station Camp Liberty Creek now at 0-3-1, 3 losses and a tie. Independence BAUSN Nashville Christian 0-5-1, 5 losses and a tie. And Montgomery County Rangers at the bottom of the standings at 0-5. So here's the schedule for, well, tomorrow night and next week. Tomorrow night on the North Rink in Antioch at 8:30, Ravenwood taking on the Outlaws. Ravenwood are probably going to be 4-0 when that one's over. Monday, 5 games on Monday. Here at Centennial, now it says Rink B, but they've been taking the 3 Rink B games on Monday and moving them over to A and taking the 7:40 Rink A game moving over to B. I've heard because the glass isn't very good. And so they're trying to, I don't know if it's bad because it's all scratched up or all that. But anyway, Rutherford Rampage and Mount Juliet Wilson Central Green Hill play each other at 5:30. That's scheduled for scheduled to be on Rink B. But it'll probably be on A. 7:05 again says on Rink B, probably be on Rink A. MBA against Station Camp Liberty Creek. 7:40 says on Rink A, probably over on B. Summit Page taking on Brentwood. This will be our game on Monday. For the first time this season, we're not going to Centennial. 8:30 on the Terry Chris Spring in Bellevue. Father Ryan taking on Innsworth Nolensville Lipscomb. And 8:35, again it says on Rink B, probably be here on Rink A. Montgomery County Rangers against Ravenwood. Pray for the Rangers, folks, because Ravenwood might score 20 and might keep them from getting a shot on goal. It really might happen. Next Wednesday, 7:10 here on Rink A at Centennial. Summit Page taking on Station Camp Liberty Creek. We'll have that game for you. Those are the last 2 teams we still need to cover. I'll be on the air at 7 p.m. for a 7:10 face-off. 8:30 over on Rink B. That should be an interesting one. JP2MLK taking on MBA. And it says 8:45, but I'm sure it'll be 8:40 here on Rink A. The Outlaws taking on Hendersonville. We'll have that game for you, too. 8:35 pregame for what is likely an 8:40 face-off. And then next Thursday at 8:30 on the North Ring in Antioch, this should be a pretty decent game. Rutherford Rampage taking on Centennial-FRA. Well, we are now, after tomorrow night, we'll have completed 5 weeks of the 2024-2025 GNASH season. But our Week 5 coverage is done as Centennial-FRA beat Brentwood tonight 5-1, 5 different scores, including a first-time goal scorer. Avery Azaminia and her brother Alex scored the first goal of the game. So the Azaminia siblings score tonight for the Cougars. And that is it. That is our coverage of Week 5 of the 2024-2025 GNASH season of the books. Again, our final score tonight, Centennial-FRA 5, Brentwood 1. Back on Monday at Bellevue for the first time this season for Father Ryan against Innsworth. 8:25 pregame for an 8:30 face-off. I don't know if, of course, they had 2 very big games against each other last season. Father Ryan beat Innsworth 3-2 on January 22nd. That prevented Innsworth from being the 1 seed for the Predators Cup and might have had them miss a first-round upset from Ravenwood. Of course, Ravenwood is the 8 seed, beat 1 seed at Summit. And then, of course, that classic winners bracket semifinal on Valentine's Day. I think it was on Valentine's Day. Hudson Honeybone scoring the only goal of the game with exactly 8 seconds left in the overtime period. So we might be in for another really good game between those two. And again, next week, doubleheader here on Rink A, 7 p.m. for a 7:10 face-off between Summit and Station Camp, and then that'll be followed by the Outlaws in Hendersonville. Again, our final score tonight, Centennial-FRA 5, Brentwood 1. I'm Michael Hackney. Thank you all for listening. Have a great rest of your week and weekend. Talk to you Monday night from Bellevue for Father Ryan and Innsworth.